Video games have a long history with taking either excruciatingly boring jobs, or jobs that are far beyond most of our comprehension, and making them fun. Even PSVR has had its share. Everything from popping out eyeballs and breaking bones in Surgeon Sim, to the more realistic stress of food service in games like Counterfight. PlayStation VR's newest game, Traffic Jams, finds itself somewhere in between those two examples, where directing traffic will not only push your multitasking skills to the limits, but also takes this mundane task and infuses it with a ton of goofiness. In Traffic Jams, you play the role of a new traffic officer. You'll stand on the side of the road, waving traffic and pedestrians on, telling them when to go, when to stop, and when to hurry up and move faster. There's no locomotion on your part, you just stand there, selecting people and cars by pointing at them with one hand and telling them what to do with the other hand. And despite the fact that all the controls here are gesture-based, it never becomes a problem and feels totally natural. You'll quickly get into a rhythm, and getting cars and pedestrians through the intersection at top speed and safely soon becomes second nature. And at the end of your 3 to 4 minute shift, the level ends and your performance is rated. The better you do, the more stamps you get, and within about an hour or two max, you'll have all 5 locations unlocked, though it'll take much longer to open up the nighttime and rush hour modes of each stage. But Traffic Jams is deceptively not about order, because just beneath the surface, once you've gotten your high scores for each level and tried to complete each one without any collisions, you'll discover that not only do you get more points for near misses, but also a list of tasks that have nothing to do with directing traffic or the safety of your citizens. Grabbing a frisbee off someone's head will initiate a minigame where you have to pop a certain number of balloons in an allotted time. Sometimes you'll have to throw cheese into traffic, or shoot fireballs with your hands, or swat bees, and sometimes zombies show up. And completing each of these, let's call them side quests, will take hours and hours of your time. Unfortunately though, Traffic Jams probably shouldn't be played for hours and hours at a time. It feels like it was designed for you to stop in, try to knock out a few goals, and then move on to something else. And as much as I've always had a soft spot in my heart for the Jetpack Joyride checklist style of side quests for added replayability, Traffic Jams doesn't grab me in the way that I hoped that it would. Games like this need to constantly reward you for knocking out each challenge with an XP bar, or unlockable skins, or temporary power-ups, or an in-game store that allows you to take items into each level with you. Really anything that makes you feel like you're not wasting your time. But far too often in Traffic Jams, I felt like I was just spinning my wheels. Plus, the game isn't exactly the best at telling you how to do anything other than the absolute basics. The worst offender though is the multiplayer mode. Up to 4 people can get on a mobile device and help the VR player achieve certain goals by spawning in cars, pedestrians, zombies, cheese, whatever, by tapping icons on their screen. But it comes off feeling like a mode that you'd let your kids try, to make them feel like they were helping you beat a VR game, and not something you'd actually invite friends over to play. Traffic Jam sports some really stunning scenery, great controls, silly aesthetics, but never really seems to nail the addictive gameplay loop they were going for. The budget $20 price tag and interesting concept makes it worth checking out for gamers looking for something a bit different, but after hours of playing, I personally came away from Traffic Jams feeling somewhat indifferent.